There are gods who enter legend with a sword. Zeus enters with sound. Thunder doesn't just roar, it commands. Lightning doesn't just flash, it delivers judgment. On the peak of Olympus, where clouds feel heavy as stone and the wind howls like the sea, a lone figure stands inside the storm. He doesn't need to run, he doesn't need to shout, he only raises his hand, and the sky itself becomes a weapon. But Zeus was not born as the king of the heavens. Step back far enough, and you'll see this story begins with the one thing that makes every tyrant the same: fear of being overthrown. Before Zeus, the world belonged to the Titans, and at their head stood Cronus, powerful yet poisoned by a prophecy. Your child will replace you. Cronus answered in the cruelest way possible, each time his wife, the goddess Rhea, gave birth. Cronus swallowed the child, not to kill them quickly, but to erase them from the future. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, all vanished into darkness as if fate itself had been sealed shut. But one day, Rhea could no longer endure it. She deceived Cronus. She handed him a stone wrapped in cloth like a newborn. Cronus swallowed it, and he never realized. He had just consumed a lie. The real child was hidden away on the island of Crete. No throne, no glory, only a cave, a small fire, and one secret. Zeus must live, so he can return. They say Zeus was raised on the milk of the sacred goat, Amalthea. And to keep Cronus from hearing the baby's cries, warriors clashed their shields at the mouth of the cave, burying the sound of a child beneath the ring of bronze. Zeus grew up on more than milk. He grew up on secrecy, on the feeling of being hunted, and on one certainty: one day, he would come back for the sky. When Zeus was strong enough, he returned, but he didn't rush to strike Cronus head-on. Zeus began with strategy. Cronus was forced to vomit up the children he had swallowed. From the darkness, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, Hestia rose back into the light, and in that moment, a family stopped being a family. It became an alliance. Then war ignited. Titanomachy, the great war between the Titans and the new generation of gods. This wasn't war as humans know it. It was the universe tearing at its own seams, deciding who had the right to write the rules. Mountains were hurled like stones. The sea rose like anger. The sky burned with stormlight. In the most familiar tellings, Zeus gained the weapon that would define him forever: lightning. The Cyclopes forged it for him like a coronation in metal and fire. And here's what's fascinating. This is the documentary layer beneath the myth. To the ancient Greeks, lightning was beautiful and terrifying, unpredictable, capable of destruction in a single flash. To place lightning in Zeus's hand was to say, nature has a will that the heavens can judge. In the end, the Titans fell. Zeus didn't merely win, he built a new order. The Titans were cast into Tartarus, deep beneath the world, a cosmic prison. And then the three brothers divided dominion. Poseidon took the sea, Hades took the underworld, and Zeus took the sky. But the sky isn't just a place where clouds drift. In myth, the sky is where everything is seen, where oaths are spoken, where law is declared, where judgment is delivered. Zeus chose the sky, which means Zeus chose the seat of the judge. Zeus's symbols are lightning, the eagle, and the oak. He is the god of oaths. Break your oath, and you pay. He is the god of order. Break the order, and you are pulled back into line. But Zeus is not pure justice. Zeus is a king, and every king carries a part of himself that no one dares to name. Zeus married Hera, the goddess of marriage. On the surface, it's a perfect emblem, the king of the heavens bound to the goddess of family. But Greek myth loves contradiction. Zeus is famous for affairs, for disguises, for stories that turn Hera into a symbol of jealousy and punishment. From a documentary angle, this is how the ancients spoke about power. When power has no limits, tragedy spreads outward like waves. One person commits the act, someone else pays the cost. And if you want to understand Zeus most clearly, look at the story of Prometheus. Prometheus was a titan who pitied humankind. Humans were fragile then, cold, vulnerable, living like creatures the world had forgotten. Prometheus believed If humans had fire, they would survive. If they survived, they would grow. So Prometheus stole fire from the gods and carried it down to the earth. Fire wasn't just warmth. Fire was the beginning of civilization, cooking, forging metal, building homes, shaping craft, and eventually shaping ambition. But to Zeus, this wasn't a simple theft. This was a loss of control. In Greek myth, the boundary between gods and humans must remain clear, because if humans become strong enough, they stop bowing. Zeus punished Prometheus. He chained him to a cliff. And each day, an eagle came to tear at his liver. And each day, it grew back, pain repeating without end. What's frightening about Zeus is that he doesn't punish only in anger. He punishes like a king sending a message. There is law, and law cannot be broken without a price. This is what makes Zeus both terrifying and strangely thought-provoking. In Prometheus's eyes, compassion matters more than order. In Zeus's eyes, order matters more than compassion. And myth turns that argument into images anyone can feel. Fire, chains, an eagle, a cliff. Zeus survives in culture not only because he is strong, but because he represents a question that never gets old. When you hold power, what do you put first? Law or mercy? Zeus is thunder and lightning. It can illuminate the path, and it can burn everything down. He can protect the sanctity of an oath, but he can also create punishments that ripple outward, reaching even those who did not directly commit the crime. And that contradiction is what makes Zeus feel real, not because he is good or evil, but because power, in real life, has never been simple. If Zeus is the sky, where judgment is delivered in full view, then next episode, we descend to the opposite realm, Hades, the king of the final boundary, where every sound grows quieter and every road eventually leads. So tell me, who should we follow next? Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, or Poseidon, the wrath of the sea?